Hello, I'm Lawrence. I'm making this short video just to explain what this YouTube channel is for. I'm planning to sail with friends around Great Britain this year, and I'm going to be making videos as I go around, both to record for posterity the trip, but also so that friends and anyone else who's interested can follow my progress. It's going to be done as a series of day sails. It's not solo. I will have friends crewing with me for pretty much all legs. It is possible I'll do a few solo, but there won't be very many that I'll be doing like that. My wife will be with me for part of the time and not all of it, because she loves her garden and she's not prepared to be away for as long. And although she doesn't mind sailing, she's not quite as passionate about it as I am. So she's being very forbearing and letting me have this little adventure at the advanced age of 67. Sailing and me, well, I started getting interested in sailing at about 7 years old through learning to read with Arthur Ransom, Swallows and Amazons, and the other 12 books that he wrote about children and boats. I still have all 12 books. I occasionally even read them now. I then went on. My uncle had a boat in Poole from when I was about 11 or 12 through until my early 20s. He had friends with sailing boats, and so I did a bit of sailing then. And then later on, when my own children were growing up, I bought a GP14. We sailed it in the local gravel pit. And then it wasn't actually until 2011 that I bought my first cruising boat, Saruga, which was a Cobra 850, 28-foot boat, quite an old one. And I had that at Portishead on the Bristol Channel, so I kind of did my first cruising sailing in very strong tides on the Bristol Channel. And we were there for about 6 years before I moved it down to South Devon, to Topsham in South Devon near Exmouth on the River Exe, and had it for several more years before I changed it for my current boat. My current boat is called Full Circle, and that is the boat I will be sailing round the country in. The trip itself, it'll be from Topsham. I shall turn left as I go out of the Exe estuary and go round anti-clockwise, which is slightly contentious in that about 2/3 of people that sail around the United Kingdom will do it clockwise. There are some benefits of going clockwise, but about 1/3 do anti-clockwise, and the benefits are a little bit tenuous, to be honest, of whichever way you go. It depends on weather and all the rest of it. But I have a hard date. I need to be in Orkney before the 5th of June, because two key members of crew that have been sailing with us for the last 4 or 5 years in the summer, they both work on Hoy. Lady Marion is the GP, or part-time GP on Hoy, and her husband drives an ambulance up there, amongst other things. And they finished their stint, their spring stint on the 5th of June, and I need to be there to pick them up. They will be sailing with us then, and my wife will fly up and join us in Orkney, and then we will be sailing round to Largs on the west coast of Scotland, which is where, funny enough, my wife and I lived, and we brought up our children in their primary school years. This trip is not a race, so you're not going to see kind of mad dashing for everything. If the weather's really bad, I should be staying in harbour. If the wind is really low, I will start the engine and burn some diesel. Mainly day sails, as I've said, but there will be some overnight passages, because there are some that are just too long bits to do, that are just too long to sail, and also there are some bits you might want to do a bit quicker if the weather's really good, and so in those cases I will sail overnight. I'm planning to start in mid-April, and the target is to finish about the end of July. I've got about a month's float there. I could go on into August, but I think I should be able to finish by the end of July. And that's about 2,000 nautical miles at an average speed of about 5 nautical miles an hour. So quite sedentary. My plan is to try and put a video out once a week. This is the first video I've ever done like this, so forgive me, a bit stilted. And also I haven't even started to know how I edit them yet, so I will try with this little video very soon to see how to edit it before I post it. There'll also be a tracker that you should be able to follow progress live. That one's still being tested as I speak, but hopefully that will be working. If not, I have an option to track using my phone. So that's the purpose of this channel, and I sit here on the last week of February. A lot of work has been done on the boat already. My next video, I will introduce you to Full Circle while she is still on the quay at Topsham. This will be before we set sail, or while she's even in the water, and tell you some of the jobs that have been done over the last couple of years to get it ready for this adventure. And then the next video I shall post will not be until we leave and start in mid-April. Anyway, if you're interested, if you're friends, then I hope you're interested. If you're just somebody who's picked this up and interested, I've watched quite a few YouTube videos, I can tell you, about people sailing, both not just around Great Britain, but around Great Britain and other places as well. So then I hope you enjoy it. And here I have a map on the wall, on the utility wall at home, of Great Britain, showing the trip from bottom in black pen as we go around the main places I expect to stop, though that may change as we go around, all the way up to Orkney, across the top, round the rather worrying named Cape Wrath on the top left-hand corner, and then down through the Inner Hebrides and into the Firth of Clyde, down to Largs where we used to live, and then back down either via Isle of Man and down the Welsh coast to Cornwall and back round to Topsham, or possibly, if weather so dictated, across to the East Irish coast and then down and across to Milford Haven at the bottom. So I guess my wife will be marking my progress on that.